Just speak to the reaction of our constituents. I mean, kids are nervous, families are nervous, people are afraid. We've just seen such a sharp decline in just people willing to come out on community events because they don't want to be exposed to possible immigration raids. And regardless of whether or not cities are coordinating with ICE, which we are not, there still is the perception, the fear that they are not safe in their own communities. And that's something that definitely has to be addressed. There's so much uncertainty with this administration day to day. I was not on the news ticker today, and so as I was coming over, I heard that just a lot of things happen, so I got to catch up later on to figure out what happened. But it's like a saga, and there's so much unknown. Will be finally, and then what the real implications will be. Like still don't know what the impact of being an actual sanctuary city. I know that Kevin De Leon is working on a sanctuary state initiative, and so there just has to be, I think, a big effort for the coalition to come together with our shared and collective strategy will be have a unified voice and really be willing to make the sacrifices necessary to really protect our constituents.
I mean, using like the president's own words, I think that the administration and this presidency, in my opinion, is a total disaster for cities. And I think every policy that's come out so far around cities has been completely against the idea of building city and community. Everything from all the cuts to any sort of housing program. If you believe in affordable housing, if you believe in Habitat for Humanity, if you believe in veterans getting vouchers so they can have a home after they get out of combat, all those things are essentially zeroed out in the budget proposal that President Trump proposed. On top of funding for major federal projects, ports, goods movement, community block grants, which I know the city of Compton and Long Beach rely on dramatically to do a lot of community improvements, storefront improvements, architecture in communities that need support. I think the administration has been very anti-city, in my opinion, which I think is unfortunate. And on the greater immigration question, it's a new world that is really sad to see. We have families that don't want to report to our police officers domestic violence cases. We have women that have been abused in their home, that are undocumented, that are not reporting these cases to the police and are having to go around to nonprofits and other agencies to get help. Our police chief is beside himself trying to deal with the reality now of a lot of our undocumented community not wanting to reach out to our police department and report crimes. We need our communities, all communities, to report crimes and be part of the solution. You see a crime, you report it. Take care of your neighbor. What we're seeing now is a complete breakdown of that trust with law enforcement, and this is a dangerous place to be. If we want to increase safety, we are doing the exact opposite by scaring immigrants and undocumented folks into a place of hiding and retreat. And so that is, I think our cities are going to have to learn how to deal with this kind of new era. And so that is really unfortunate. And we're seeing it at every level of government. We have a large state courthouse in the city of Long Beach, and I'm talking to the judges. They are seeing huge problems. They're having people not show up to cases. The people that are undocumented, that are choosing to not show up, not report certain incidents, and it's causing a ripple effect on their family, on their finances, and a variety of other issues. And so, I think that most cities, we support this bill, which essentially would create a sanctuary state type of system in California. So Long Beach was the very first city to come out and support that bill and legislation. Our city council unanimously approved supporting that Senate bill, which is in the state right now. I think at some point as a community, you got to stand up for your values over threats of, losing federal funds.
And just lastly, economically, I think that what the new administration doesn't really take fully into consideration is that when you are deporting family members, and they're more than likely the economic generators or supporters of these families, the children that more than likely are actually citizens, they're going to be placed into the system, which is going to obviously break up the family and have other psychological issues, but it's also going to be a financial strain on the system. And that cost is going to be considerable. So even from an economic standpoint, which is really what they focused or touting their advantages over these policies and trying to streamline government, it doesn't make any sense. And so I think that analysis hasn't even really been considered as to what the financial impact will be to the nation when you break up these families with immigration.
And how much communication, if any, are you or your police chiefs or staff having with the administration at this point?